by a very wonderful coincidence, I happened to be in Berlin when the wall fell and exactly where the wall fell. I was at the time serving in Brussels, and I was leading a delegation from the European Parliament to Berlin for a meeting. And we arrived on the 8th of November, so the day before the wall came down, and we had meetings just in the building next to the wall, which is now the German Parliament, and it was the so-called Reichstag, and we were sitting in a meeting room overlooking the wall. How did I live that night, that specific wonderful night? Well, I had spent the late afternoon actually in East Berlin, actually to buy some books. And when I came back, I wondered, in the evening, I wondered why they were suddenly a little friendlier. But I didn't think about it much, and then I went to my hotel in West Berlin, and I was ready to go to bed, and suddenly thought, why are these people so loud? Can't these Berliners go to bed? It's late. And I suddenly looked out of the window, and it took me a moment to realize that the cars that were all honking and driving past weren't the normal cars in West Berlin. These were the East German cars. And it suddenly dawned on me something really big must have happened. And that's when I got dressed again. And that's when I rushed down. And I spent the craziest night of my life on the streets of Berlin. And everybody came out in pajamas and took out whatever drink they had. And we spent the whole night totally dazed, but very, very happy and welcoming everybody who came across the border. And the next day, we had that very meeting with my members of European Parliament in that same room overlooking the wall, except that this time the wall was covered in people. There were children with their backpacks. Instead of going to the school, they came and they danced on the wall. It was, aside from very private moments like having children and family events, it was the happiest moment I can recall.